Hey guys, this is Night Flame, and today, guys, I will be giving you a review for Batgirl issue number 1. This new series is written by Hope Larson with art by Raphael Albuquerque and Dave McKeag doing the coloring. So let's jump in and kind of something before we get into the review. This is subjective, so it's an opinion-based review. It's my opinion on the issue. Obviously, people are gonna love it. Others are gonna hate it, but this is what I think about it. Also, this will be very spoiler heavy, so I will run down on what happens in the issue, and I will get into the plot, so it will be spoiler heavy. I'll even show the last page. So spoilers will definitely happen, and let's not waste any more time. Let's get in this issue. So the comic opens up with kind of a future issue. We see what's happening right now, and we see the lead up to it on the next couple of pages. And right now we see someone getting beat up by, it looks like, a schoolgirl from Japan. And next we see the lead up to it, and the lead up is that Babs has completely left her life in Burnside, and she's going kind of on a trip to get better. It's an empowerment trip. Like, she's trying to make herself better than what she is. And she goes to Japan, or no, is it Japan? I think it's Japan, or it might be Shanghai. I think it's Japan though. So anyways, she goes to the place she's staying in, and she finds out that her roommate is none other than a school friend, and we're talking about like elementary school friend, and his name is Kai. And apparently Kai had like a father or someone who was in the police force, and they talk about how, you know, you either become a criminal or a hero when you're a cop's kid. And you know, it's interesting the way they talk. Apparently they're really good friends. They end up going to eat together. They just, you know, have fun. And Kai kind of ends up being poisoned, like food poison, because he ate a bad octopus. So after this happens, we end up finding out that Kai is being kind of looked after by this group of people. We're not sure what or why he's being searched, but apparently he knows a recipe. And that can be, you know, that's interesting, I guess. But the cool thing about this issue is that Barbara is trying to look for someone called the Fruit Bat, and is this hero, as you can see here, who's actually 102 years old, and 104 actually, never mind. And she's still living, and Barbara wants to talk to her and like kind of get her experience on things, because she might be, you know, really experienced if she's you know, 104 and still living. So when she ends up getting to meet her, she sees that she's this really old lady who's just really sick and she really can't talk. But when they turn their back on her, she kind of puts the fruit bat costume, and she shows that she still has it. And she ends up giving Barbara a kind of a tip to time. You know, she tells Barbara to find a teacher because they're coming. So she gives her kind of a very vague kind of a hint, and this leads Barbara to find someone to basically train her. And the cliffhanger for this issue is that Kai ends up kind of figuring out that Batgirl is Barbara due to association. He says, "Oh, you're Barbara. I mean, you must be Batgirl, because every single time you're around, you always get protected by Batgirl, or every single time you're around, she appears." And you know, she dismisses it. She doesn't bring it up or anything. She completely dismisses it, and she's like, "Oh, you want to go to Singapore?" And that's where the issue ends. So what did I think about this issue? I thought, you know, it had its moments. It definitely has a lot of cool plot lines that are cool, that were explored. Definitely one of them is the association thing. It shows that the characters are kind of smart, because we have people like Spider-Man who, you know, that should happen, you know, Aunt May by association should know that Peter is Spider-Man, but you know, she's kind of clueless to this. And I'm glad that you know, this is kind of has that realistic feeling to it, and Hope Larson added something interesting. I think it's interesting. Kai, we're not sure what he has done. He might be a criminal himself, which might not bode well with Barbara, because, you know, he kind of knows her secret identity now. But I thought it was interesting. I like the whole fruit bat thing. You know, the lady being fruit bat and kind of being this like ancient hero, or this kind of, I guess, well-respected hero. And you know, I'm digging this whole road trip thing. It's interesting. But I wish, you know, it had a bigger scope. You know, it's obviously just kind of a story that right now kind of doesn't even make sense, because, you know, all the stories she's currently appearing in refer to this, but you know, it seems like nothing has changed. So The scope to this isn't really huge, but I like the way it was written, and the art was actually really, really well done. And yeah, I thought it was a really good issue. It's just that compared to the other Rebirth books, it's not something that will hook you. It's not like, oh, I gotta read that next issue because something's gonna happen to Barbara. It's all like, oh, I love this character, so I want to see her journey, kind of thing. So if you love Batgirl, I definitely recommend you guys to pick this up. But if you're in it for the huge scope of things, I don't think Batgirl is gonna be that type of book yet. But I thought Larson and Albuquerque did their job pretty well, and I gave this book an 8.5 out of 10. It wasn't a perfect book, to say the least. I actually kind of enjoyed Batgirl and the Birds of Prey more. But I thought this book accomplished its thing, and it's a good successor to the Batgirl Burnside. So 8.5 out of 10, and thanks for watching, guys. Hope you like this video. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, and have a great day, guys. Goodbye.